Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Mang Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zeng Kong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Dupten Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of the group practice today, the Heavenly King of the North, Vaishravana, the Yellow Jambala. Shimu, Tanchen Katso, Tutan City. All Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma instructors, Dharma tutors, directors of temples and chapters and centers, and all disciples present here and over the internet. Good evening, how do you do?
Aisteru. Shagane. Hola amigo. Te quiero mucho. Sugoi. Ichiban. Kimochi. Jumi. Yapi. Bring bring. こんばんは。今天我们是修的是
Today
黄财神。
We practice Yellow Jambala.
四天王当中4个天王当中
Among the 4 heavenly kings,
黄财神
Yellow Jambala,
声望，我们讲声望
his fame
是胜过其他三个天王。一般来讲
So he's more famous than the other 3 heavenly kings.
十国天
Vaishravana, Dasarastra, Virupaksa, and Virudaka, Devas.
在佛教里面
In Buddhism,
4个大的护法。
are considered to be 4 great protectors.
那这个4个天呢
So these 4 heavens are at halfway up Mount Meru.
属于是地居天，地居天，他们住在
It's considered foundational heavens.
空居天是没有地的。
So there are heavens that are in the air, and these 4 heavens are on the ground.
那4天王天
So the heavens of the 4 heavenly kings
非常的接近，跟我们人间沙婆
are very close to the human world, to the Saha world.
你看那个，在香港人讲是通胜。
In Hong Kong, they call it interconnected.
就叫通书。香港人经常在
In Taiwan, because of the homophone of Chinese, they wanted, it's like a lunar calendar, a farmer calendar, but they changed the word. There is a day of patrol by the 4 heavenly kings in that farmer calendar. So the 4 heavenly kings or devas often patrol in the Sahawul, patrolling, like the Wufu Qiansui, which means the 5 blessings, 1,000-year-old. So they patrol in the human world. So the 4 heavens of these 4 heavenly kings are very close to the human world. So in Tibetan Tantric Buddhism, Jambala is a very famous wealth deity. And he is yellow color. So yellow clothes represents blessings. Yellow represents blessings. Of course, in India, the wealth deity like Ganapati, the red Jambala, is considered Tibetan Tantric Buddhist wealth deity, very famous, especially in Southeast Asia, like in Indonesia. Many people worship and make offering to Ganapati. That's red Jambala. And there are many other wealth deities too, or fortune gods, like Manohara. Golden Mother is considered a wealth deity. And in Japanese Tantrayana, Mahakala is considered one of the 7 fortune gods. So Mahakala is also a wealth deity. So there are many of them. So you can, whomever you worship almost as a wealth deity. In True Buddha school, Yellow Jambala is one of the 8 primary deities. You know, True Buddha school disciples, many of them are poor. I say the majority, but there are also many who are well-to-do, but the majority are poor. Although they are poor, we have built numerous temples around the world. Like those who came from the Lion City Lechang Temple, which I've never been to. And Lien Si Lien Zu often visited the Lion City Lechang Temple of Singapore. I heard that the Lion City Lechang Temple is very luxurious and grandiose. Is that right? Yes. I should go and take a look. I have seen it in my soul travel or transcendent travel. Very grandiose. And we have several Lechang temples that are wonderful, like the Tai Lechang temple, which is in the Tibetan tantric style in Kaohsiung, Taiwan. It's newly built. The external appearance is very, very good, very remarkable. And the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas inside it also magnificent. And in Indonesia, there are also many Lechang temples that are grand, big. I remember I went to the one in Surabaya, the Quangming Lechang temple, in Malang, the Vajrabhumi Kartanegara in Malang, and Jakarta, the Indonesia Lechang temple. They're all big. Our Lechang temples are all quite good. And the Taiwan Lechang temple in Taiwan is also huge. All the mountains around the Taiwan Lechang temple now belong to the temple. All the surrounding mountains. It's huge. So they started to purchase all the surrounding mountains one by one. And there are many Lechang temples around the world. They are huge. We hope, of course, that Jambala bestow upon all of us more wealth. So that we can use it for charity, for giving. And the Dharma transmission that's upcoming would be on Arya Avalokiteswara, a Dharma practice to be the richest person in the world. Receiving this empowerment in your next life, you will become Bill Gates. You will become Musk, Elon Musk. And if you're in Hong Kong, you would become Li Kai-sheng. You would be the richest person wherever you are. And on the second day, we will have Mahotara Heruka Homa fire offering ceremony. Because health is wealth. If you can always be healthy, that's the same as having wealth. Because without a healthy body, the wealth, it has no use. Therefore, you need to have a healthy body. And also the richest wealth that you can use. So the Arya Avalokiteswara Dharma practice to be the richest person only exists in Buddha school. You cannot find it in any other schools. There isn't such a Dharma practice to be the richest person in the world. Have you heard of it before in, say, Tibetan Tantrayana?
rich man，number one 的 rich man，and rich woman。number one rich man 跟 rich
Number one rich man and rich woman.
都是第一财富的。
They're the richest
这个不
ones.
来参加
If you don't come and attend, it would be such a pity.
上回他们跟我讲这个。
If I didn't talk about it. The other time they told me, Grandmaster,
你只讲了一个五谷。
you just talk about the 5 grains. Have we made the announcement? Not yet.
我已经写给那个西雅图内藏寺的住持。
I have written it to the abbot of Seattle Lechang Temple, the mantra, the mudra.
今天讲这个手印，这个手印。
So I will talk about the mudra. The mudra is like this.
双掌。
Both palms
内腹
inward, collapse inward.
这个拇指翘起来。
Except the one thumb sticking up, which is number 1.
而且所有的钱全部包在你的手掌里。
And all the money is within your palms.
世界上的钱全部包在你的
The
手掌里。
money of the whole world is inside your palms.
大拇指。
And then you stick out your right thumb. Number 1.
Number one 的手印。
This is the number 1 mudra.
这个就是圣观音的手印。
And this is the mudra of Arya
圣
Avalokitesvara.
观音的手印也就是这个样子。
This is what the mudra is for Arya Avalokitesvara.
不相信你查一下。
If you don't believe it, you can check.
圣观音的手印就是这样。
Of Arya Avalokitesvara mudra. This is it.
Number one.
And coincidentally, it is number 1. And only True Buddha School will teach this Dharma practice to be the richest person in the world.
这个，所以那个圣观音一出现。
So when Arya Avalokitesvara appears, then the 4 heavenly kings will of course support him. And the 4 heavenly kings are also all wealth deities, all 4 of them. And they would come and support this Dharma together. That would be best.
讲一个笑话吧。
Let me share a joke.
女人是世界上最麻烦的动物。
Women are the most troublesome animals in the world, and man is the animals who love troubles the most.
这个女人好麻烦，我们都知道的。
We all know that women are troublesome.
这个香港人讲。
The Hong Kongese would say,
女人好麻烦。
Women are troublesome.
男人是最爱找麻烦的。
But men are troublemakers. They love make troubles. So they're all about the same. 讲酒 Talking about alcohol,
wine 或者是 liquor,
wine or liquor, the stronger.
酒是个好东西。
Wine is a good stuff. when Li Bai, the poet,
他就能够写诗，
drank, he would
写诗
write
很有名。
poems which are very famous.
吴松呢，
And
他
Usong,
喝了，他就
after
可以打
drinking
老虎。
wine, will beat,
哇，你看喝了
could
酒
beat
能够打老
tiger,
虎。
the tiger.
我们常常讲到这个老虎，女人也叫母
We
老虎。
talk about tigers, right? And we call women tigress.
我常常讲一个笑话，
Often tell this joke.
秉祥师兄嘛，
Dharma brother Dexter is a tiger outside the
回
house.
到家呢，
But when he gets home,
就
he's
是
a
这个老虎
tiger.
改名称叫做壁虎。
But change name into a lizard because in Chinese they're both like a wall tiger. 笑死！妻子正在体重的瓶上面 The wife was
发现
stepping
丈
on
夫
a
在一
scale
旁偷
to
笑
check her weight and discovered that the husband was
你是不
snickering.
是嫌我胖？
And the wife asked,
丈夫呢，马
"So
上收起
you
笑
think I'm too heavy?"
一点
And the
严肃地
husband stopped snickering
按照
and
你的体重来讲，
said it seriously. Well, according to your weight, you should be 180 centimeters.
所以不是胖，
So you're not fat, you're just too short.
有人跟我说啊，
Someone
你不要
told me,
讲师尊啊，不要讲秉祥师兄。
Grandmaster,
有
don't
人
pick
这样子跟我
on
讲，
Dharma Brother
你
Dexter.
不可以讲秉祥师兄。
Someone told me this.
他说你师尊也差不多。
Because you're about the same.
我没有结婚以前呢、
Before I got married, I was a tiger.
结婚以后呢，
After marriage, I became a cat.
我们进入主题啊。
Now we'll get to the main subject. A question from Malaysia.
遗经问的，
Lianhua Yijin.
顶礼礼敬问安师尊，
Homage
请问师尊，
to Grandmaster
印度圣母
and
节
greeting.
里的
Grandmaster,
南敬母女神，
Indian festival of
东南
Navratri,
亚的
celebrating the goddess Durga and Marici Bodhisattva and
他讲说
the ninth
印度
emperor god of Southeast Asia
女
relationships.
跟麻内支天菩萨，
So he's asking the relationship between the goddess Durga,
因为都是跟
Marici
九
Bodhisattva,
有关系
and ninth
就是落在
emperor
农
god.
历9月
Do they have any connection?
日出
Because
节
they're all related to the number 9
感恩师
and
尊
celebrated
开始
from the 1st to the 9th day of the 9th
现在
lunar
因为
month.
我不认
Thank you,
识
Grandmaster.
这个东南亚的这个九王爷，
See, because I don't know
我
about
不
this
认
ninth
识，也没有
emperor
带
god
也没有人带我
of
去
Southeast Asia.
去拜九王爷。你们东南亚
Nobody
的
ever brought me
知道九王
to
爷吗？
pay homage
知道，
to this
新
ninth
加坡知道，
emperor
还有呢
god. Do you know him? Yeah, from Singapore.
东南亚来的，九王爷知道吗？
Do you know?
印度尼西亚知道吗？
From Indonesia, do you know?
马来西亚知道啊。
And from Malaysia,
九
you
王爷
also
是
know?
男的还是女的？
Is it a man or a woman?
王爷当然是男的啦。
Well, God or Prince God, that's of course is man.
他问的，马来西亚问的。
So
他说
question
印度
from
圣母
Malaysia.
节南境女神，我知道这
The
个。
goddess Durga in the
印度
Indian
的这个
festival.
我们这里有一个印度的这个唐卡
We have a
啊，
Hindu
那边
tanka
有
here,
天鹅的，
the one
就
with
是
the
大环
swan, the
啊，这
celestial
个
swan,
右
that's
边
Brahma.
这个
To the right,
骑着白牛的，
the one riding on a
是
white
希望
ox is Shiva,
这个骑着
and the
卡鲁达
one
的
mounting on Garuda is Vishnu.
是韦斯奴，这个骑着老虎的
And the one
Durga.
riding on a tiger is
多
Durga.
嘎，那边那一尊是萨拉萨蒂
And that one
啊，是萨拉萨
on
蒂，
the left is
然
Saraswati.
后底下是马哈斯
And
利亚，
below is Mahasuri.
马哈斯利亚，然后还有甘尼，
And
还有猴
Ganesh
神，
and Hanuman.
那是印度一个印度人画的。
So this was painted by an Indian.
那骑着狮子的
And the one riding
就
on a
是南
lion
靖母，
is Durga.
就是南靖母，南靖母，多嘎
Durga.
就是多嘎。我告诉大家哈，
So let me tell you
然后
all.
还有卡利，
And there should be Kali too.
它挡
Yes.
住了，
Kali is.
还有卡利。
Maybe it's being blocked.
啊，我是知道多嘎的，我是知道多嘎。
So I know Durga
多嘎就是雪山女神，
is the
就是在印度
snowy mountain goddess
就是
in
雪山
India. She's considered the
雪山
goddess
有
from
很
the
多的
snowy
神
mountain.
像
The
长
snow
寿
mountain has many
长寿
goddess
天女
or gods,
都是雪山，
like the 5 longevity
雪山
goddesses,
长寿
also from the snow mountain.
这个我在画画当中有画过
When
雪山
I
长
once
寿
painted
天女
them.
关
The
于
5 longevity goddesses of
the
the snow mountain.
印度的圣母节是
So
印度的
the
三大个节日之一，
Indian festival
指的是
of
9
the
个
goddess
夜
Durga.
再加上新夜的意思，
It's
再加上9个晚上，再加上新夜，这个意思。
so 9 nights and the 10th day is this celebrated for 9 nights
那些神圣
is to relight
神圣的法流，便唤醒
the holy Dharma flow.
内在生命的深意，就是印度人本身内在的心灵的深度，唤醒印度人。
So this is to reignite the inner
心灵的深度
spiritual power.
这跟哪一尊像哪一尊是不一样的。我刚刚也问了瑶池金母，
I also asked Golden Mother just now.
南靖母的女神多嘎，
The goddess of Durga has
他的宠物是老虎。
tiger as her pet or
马力
mount,
之天
and Marichi's pet
是 pig，
is pig.
是猪。他因为马力之天，他前面有很多猪拉着他的金车。
Because there are many pigs or boars carrying the golden chariot of Marichi,
拉着他的这个
or the golden
这个
pigs
车在跑的，所以马力
that's
之天的
carrying
宠物
Marichi's
跟这个
cart
走
or
马的
chariot.
宠物不一样。
So the mount or
我们从
pet
宠物来
of
看，
Marichi and Durga are different.
这个印度的神都有宠物，
See, all the Hindu gods have their own pets or mounts. Like for Brahma, it's a celestial swan. For
是
Shiva,
白牛，
it's a white ox.
韦斯奴
And Vishnu is Garuda,
大鹏金翅鸟是他的
the
宠物
golden winged mythical bird.
另外呢，他们每一个女神，每一个神，他都有宠物的。
So each of the god has their own pet or mount.
它本身是狮子，
So for Durga, it's a lion,
所
not
以
a
它跟
pig.
马力之天菩萨是不一样的。
Therefore, she's different from Marichi
它
Bodhisattva.
有没有宠物？
And for the ninth
我们马来西亚知道，
prince god, does he have a pet?
九王爷的宠物是什么呀？
What is his pet? 天哪！这九王爷原来是九个 哦
星神，是九个，一共有
It turned
9个
out it's 9 emperor
有
gods.
古代的帝王，
There
还
are
有
9 of
北
them.
斗星君，
The ancient
天地之间
emperor,
的多种。他说
the
盛行于中国大陆、台湾、南洋、马来西亚等
Milky Way,
是9个王，
and it's 9 god, 9 emperors.
叫九王爷，那一共是9个了。
So 9 emperors. So 9 of them, not just one then.
那雪山女神呢？
And the snowy mountain
雪
goddess,
山女神有2个，一个是石母，
there are 2 of them.
一个不是石母，
One is Kali. Sounds
一个
like
就是
Su,
那个
but that's not.
西瓦的妻子，
And one of them is the wife of Shiva, which is Durga,
那跟马力之天又不同，
which are
跟九
different
王
from
爷的来
Marichi
历也不一样。
and also
九王爷
differ
在那
from the
个
origin of the 9 emperors gods.
所以是不同的，
They are on the
通通都不
internet.
一样的。
So they're all
跟这个
different.
虽然9个晚上
Although
加上新月，
they are celebrated
那是刚好
for 9
凑巧
nights
是9个晚上，跟九王爷
and the
不一
10th
样
day,
9
it
个
is
晚上
coincidentally
九王爷
9,
是不一样，
but they're
九王
different.
爷是9个人，
So 9 is not ninth, but 9 emperors gods.
农
9
历9月那是日子，
kings
那
actually.
是时间，是不同的。
And the ninth lunar month, that's about time. So it's all different.
我这个在我生活密院的小坛城里面，
At my small
有这
altar at the
个
tantric quarters,
卡利女神，
I also have Kali goddess,
非常凶恶的卡。你到了
a
尼泊
very
尔，
ferocious one.
有一条
If you
河，
go to
河
Nepal,
旁边有供卡利女
there is a river
神，要
that
拜她，
worship
叫
Kali
把水
goddess.
泼出去，
to pray to her, you have to spray animal blood. If you have been there, please raise your hand. Someone's been there. That's Kali goddess. Very, very ferocious. And the same with Durga. Very fierce. But they are very beautiful. But very ferocious. Because the more beautiful you are, the more ferocious you are. So do I have Durga? Yeah. In my little altar, which is in the spiritual consultation room, I have Durga, I have Saraswati, Kali, are all there. When you come and you want to see them, I can show you. For just a small number.
Yeah.
So that was the question. I went to a party and saw a woman singing really badly. So I talked to the man sitting next to me. Who is that? Such a bad song. And he said, that's my wife. So he felt embarrassed and said, oh, sorry, I didn't say that she is singing it badly, but maybe it's the song. And then that man said, oh, I am the composer. I wrote the lyric. So he offended them all. On a weekend night, the husband secretly told the husband, is Xiaoming asleep? Once he's asleep, I'll take you to eat out, to eat yakitori. That's Japanese, which is barbecued chicken. Yeah, barbecued chicken. And the wife replied softly, not sleep yet, let's wait. And an hour later, the husband asked again, is Xiaoming asleep now? And the wife said, not yet. And then half an hour later, the husband asked again, honey, is Xiaoming asleep? And then Xiaoming said softly, Dad, Mom is asleep. Why don't you take me to eat the yakitori? Now let's talk about Vimalakirti Sutra. Up till now, the main actor Vimalakirti has not come out yet. Sakyamuni Buddha told Sariputra,
现在这个国土有没有
Do you see
跟清净？
this Buddha verse to be magnificent and pure now?
脚
Because Sakyamuni Buddha used his
神如
toes
意通一按，
to use the
整
transcendent
个八佛世
or
界
divine feet
就
to
变
touch
成
the ground,
黄金铺地，
and the whole Saha world was
树
covered
上
by gold,
都是玉，每一棵树都变成玉，
and all the
树
trees
上
become
吊
jade,
满了天衣，
and on the trees hung the celestial garments,
还有地网明珠的
and like the Indra pole net,
啊，在现在虚空之中，一切东西都是
appearing in the
七宝
sky, and everything is
黄
made
金
of the 7 precious
金子
jewels
宫殿，
and gold
来
palaces,
往全部都是菩萨，
and they are all bodhisattvas
这个世界清净
coming
吗？
and going. So is this world pure?
舍利佛一看，
When Sariputra saw that,
释迦牟
he
尼佛，
replied, Yes,
本来
Sakyamuni
我是看不
Buddha,
见的，本
I
来
could
我也
not
没有
see
听
it
到
before, I could not
这些
hear it,
天上的音乐。
all the celestial
啊，这个
music,
庄严佛土里面有很美妙的音乐，
because in the magnificent Buddha verse, there's marvelous
还
celestial
有人听
music.
过？
If you have heard it,
站
please
起来给
raise
大
your
家看
hand.
一下。
Please stand up and show to everyone.
好，谢谢，请坐。
Thank you.
有
Please
人
be
听过
seated.
天上的音乐，
So some
我
people
也
have
听过
heard
天
the
上的音乐。
celestial music. I have too.
啊，师母是天天都在
And
听
Sumu
天上的诵经，
hears it,
啊
the
天
sutra
上的人在
chanting
诵
every
经给他
day.
听，天天都听到。
She hears the heavenly beings chanting the sutras
很
for
多人
her,
听不到，
and many
周围的
people
人都
cannot
听
hear
不到
it.
天上有人诵经给师母听，他现在天天都
This is
听
the
到。
heavenly beings chant the
我跟
sutras
师
for
母
Sumu
讲，
every day,
你既然听到天
and
上
she can hear
在
it, but
诵
not
经
the
在念
people
佛，你要
around
跟
her.
着诵啊，
And I
跟
told
着
her,
念啊。
you should chant together when you hear it.
本来是看不到的，也听不到的。
So at first,
今天
he could not
活
see, he
佛
could not hear,
净土
but today
庄严跟清净
the
全部都现出来了。
magnificence and purity of the Buddha verse appeared. And the Buddha told Sariputra,
经常都是
Sakyamuni Buddha's
清净
Buddha verse
就像这样子一
is
样，
always pure like this.
为欲度施下列人故，为
However,
了度
to
化
deliver people with
娑婆世界
lesser
的
capacity in
五
order to
浊恶世的
transform
众生，
and deliver sentient beings of the 5
所以才示现
contaminated of the world with 5 contaminants,
娑婆世界。
the
娑
Buddha
婆世界
manifested in pure Saha world.
就真的是很肮脏的。
The Saha world is really dirty,
40 Street，
like this 40th Street.
我每天都要走40 Street，
That's where
他们在
that's what I
做的
take.
人行道。
And they are making a pedestrian
不过
the
做
walk
两个人行道，
pedestrian path, I
那个
guess.
栏杆围起来啊，栏杆围起来，
It's
你们
just
走过没有？
2 of them,
走
and
过
then they place some
那个栏杆围起来，
like
已经围了
fences.
围了多久了？
Have you driven there? For how long?
2条人行道
Just for
围了将近
2
快1年，
pedestrian
还没有做好。
walkways, and
一
they've
个
been
月啊，只看他们工作
blocking
一天
that for a year, and I only see them work
天哪
once a week.
这个40 Street 那一条栏杆啊，什么时候会拆掉啊？
So when will they take
老天爷，
off that
我看4、5年也
blockage?
不会拆啊。
Maybe 4 to 5 years.
2个人行道，
It's just that what's what do you call it? The
做了4、
pedestrian
5年。你
path.
看你那个湖边那一条道路，围
And
了几
it takes
年了？
them 4 5 years. And
3
look
年
at
多，
that Lake Sammamish
就一
Parkway.
条马路围3年多，
And they block
你
it
看
for over 3
很
years.
dirty 的，
Just that little
脏的。
road.
我那一部楼是
So dirty.
每天开那个 dirty 的，
And my
dirty 的路，
Rolls Royce had to
就没有
drive
别的
on
路
that
可以
dirty
开。
road because I had no choice.
车子很快就坏了，
So the
谁来修
car
啊？
gets bad
难道要叫政府来
really
修？
fast. And who would take care of it? Can we ask the
对啊，
government?
那么
See?
好的车子开那么烂的路，
Such a
你
good
看人间就
car
是这个样子。
to be driven on such a bad road. Such is the human world.
美国的这个工作的效
The
率，
productivity in America is really bad.
工作效率很差。一个
It's
我听
really
说那
bad.
个那水加
I
热水
heard
器坏了，
that someone had some problem with the hot
加
water,
热水器坏了，
hot
请了工人
water
来修，修了几个
tank
月还没有
looses,
修好。
and it takes a few months
我家的
before
铁
she
门
could
坏了，
fix it.
1年都没有
That's
修好。
easy. My gate at the house
请
was
工人
broken,
来，
and it's been a
都没有修
year
好，
before they can
到
fix
最
it.
后为什么会修好呢？因为师
And
母跟他讲，
finally, we got it
你
fixed. You
如
know
果
how?
今天修好，
Sumu
我会
told them,
送给你 SO 的酒。
if you fix it today, I will give you a bottle of
他
XO.
车子开走了，过
He
了
drove
过
out,
了差不多10分钟又开回来。
and after 10
然后我师
minutes,
母
he
说：“你
came
讲
back.
的是真的假的？”
Are you serious? What you
师
just
母跟他
said?
讲，
And Sumu told him,
真的，我送你一瓶
yes,
SO，你今
I
天把
will
它做
give
好，
you
我就
if
送
you
你一瓶
if you fix it today, I will give
好
you a
了，
bottle
你
of
下来，
XO.
拿了
And
这
he got
个
off his car, took some
做了差
tools,
不多10分钟就好了。
and fixed it in 10 minutes.
师母给他一瓶酒，
And Sumu gave him a
真的
bottle of
送给他一
XO.
瓶 SO 的酒，他很高兴就走了。
And he was very happy.
你不送他
And
SO 的酒
left.，
半年以后才会好。
But if you didn't give him any XO, it would take another 6 months.
啊，我听说那个大使的家也是在
I
弄房
heard
子嘛，对不对？
that the ambassador's house is
弄
also
房子弄多久？
being fixed. How long did
你
it
的
take?
房子一共啊？房子修理房子盖一个新的东西是吗？
You renovated the house or
3
built
年。
something? 3 years.
阿嬷3
Oh,
年
3
修一
years
个房子哎，
just to fix a house
一个房间哎，3
or
年。
one room. 3 years.
买啊啦，买多啊，买个新的。 Let's
buy a new one.
打死有的是钱了。
You have lots of money.
你看嘛，我举这些例子就是讲说，
See, I just give you these
这个娑婆
examples.
世界
Look at the Saha world.
就是很不好的，很不好，
It's really a bad
没有
place.
很好的生存环境。
It's not a good living environment.
就是为了释迦牟尼佛为了度比较下
So,
类的人故，下根
For
上
Sakyamuni Buddha to deliver people with
世
lesser
众恶不
capacity,
净的土，那个时候那更糟了。
he manifested impure and evil
没有柏油，全部都是泥土。
world. back then, it was worse. No asphalt,
那个500
just
方
dusty
过的
road, and Ganges
这个
River
水，恒河的水都是脏的。
with 500 traders passing by, and the water is all
在
dirty.
印度，那西瓦的
In
那个
India,
白牛，
the white
只要是
ox
牛，它可以
of
随便在路
Shiva,
上走的。
any cows can roam around freely,
我去了印
people
度，
and cows
怎么搞的？
together.
车子闪来
When I
闪去，都
visited
害怕去压
India,
到牛，
the cars
而且那个
avoiding
牛
the
粪满地都是。
oxen and
那
cows,
接着呢，这个
and the
我
cow
们坐
dungs
在
are
游
all
览
over
车
the
上面
roads.
往下一看，
And we were on the
天哪！
bus, and we looked down,
一个人躺在一个木板车上面，
and the man was
上面呢
lying
盖
on
一
the
个布，
wooden cart and
再
covered by
摆
a
上一个
piece
花
of
圈。
cloth,
我说这
and
是
with
怎么
the circle of flower bouquet.
啊？
And I asked, what's this?
是死人呐！
That was a
死
corpse
人在马路上这样推啊推啊，推
just
到那
being
个
pushed on
那
the
个石头林
roads
呐。
to
有
the
的没有
cemetery,
埋啊，就直接就放在石头林就走了。
and wasn't even buried, just being placed in the cemetery,
天
being
哪！
left in the cemetery like that.
印度有钱的人很有钱，没有
The
钱的
rich people in India are
车子
extremely
开到乡
rich,
下，那些
but
小
the
孩子
poor
都是没穿
ones,
裤子，
you know, we
都
went
是
to the
日
villages
本人。
and they don't wear any clothes at all, not
小孩
even
子都是没
pants.
穿裤子
The
的，跑来跑
kids
去，跑来跑去，哎，
have no pants and running around.
真的。我们去达兰萨拉，沿路
Not
上
like the
有
joke, I mean,
9个
that's not the
路
joke.
障。
We went to
那个
Dharamsala,
什么叫路障呢？就是一根
and
竹竿
there
绑
was
在马
a
路上，一个警察在那里，
like a
车子
bamboo
一定要停下来。
bamboo bamboo
一共碰到
pole
9个，
on the road and stop our cars,
然
and
后
we
每
encountered
一下
9
子
of
警察
them.
都过来看，
And
看
then
你
the
的车，
policeman
上来检查护
would
照，
check the
然后看你的车
car,
子，
the
他
passports,
讲看了看没问题，他就
and
讲说
after they
你这
check the
个
car and
车
everything
牌
and
号
it's
码
fine, they would
车
say
牌
that
号
the
不清楚，
license plate is not clear.
我们下来看车牌号码很
And
清楚
then
啊，
we got down and took a look, and no,
那
it's
是
fine,
要
it's clear. They wanted
money，
money.
每一个栅栏都是要钱，
So at every
天哪，
blockage, they
这个是
wanted
丢释
money.
迦牟尼佛的脸。
That's so embarrassing to Sakyamuni Buddha.
这个释迦牟尼佛讲，
And Sakyamuni Buddha said,
娑婆世界是众恶不净之土。
that means that the Saha world
不干
is
净，
impure
就
and
是因为
evil
相应众生的心
to match
比较不好，
or as a display of the minds of sentient beings, and most of them are
以
not
如
good.
诸天供宝
And Sakyamuni Buddha
系
continued,
时随其父
just
者
like the offering of precious items and food appears differently to beings with different merits and blessings.
高层的天，
So
这
in
换的颜
heavens,
色是非常好，
in the higher
在
level
低层的
heavens,
天，换的颜色
the
不
color
太一样，
of the
不是很
rice
好的颜
is
色。
very good, but in the lower level
Amen.
heavens, they don't
提
look
到
that
这个
good.
香积佛土，香积佛土，
And later it would talk about the
维摩诘经，维摩诘经
Shangji
里
Buddha,
面
Buddha
就
verse.
提到香积佛土，它的饭
The fragrant accumulated
特别的好吃，
Buddha verse.
是
The
有不一
the
样。
rice there is
每
very
一个天的食
fragrant
物
and
不一样，
delicious.
每一个
So
天的食物
food
不一样。
differs in different heavens.
就是这样子啊，释迦牟尼佛跟舍利佛讲。
So Sakyamuni Buddha told
若人
Sariputra,
心啊清净，
if a
人的
human's
心只要
mind
清
is
净，
pure,
便看到这个
then
这里的净土是
they
功
will
德
see
庄严。
this Buddhaverse to be
人的
magnificent
心如果
and
清净的话，
meritorious.
你可以看
So
到
if a
大佛
person's
净
mind
土
is pure,
也有
then they will be
净
able
土。
to see that in the
人
Saha
的
world
心只要
there is
完全
also
清
pure
净，
land.
你就看到清净
If
的
a
佛土。
person's mind is completely
我告
pure,
诉你哦，
then they will see the pure
那样也是
Buddhaverse.
假的。
Let me tell you, don't
我们
think
西
that
雅图雷
is
藏寺的
false.
龙王殿，
Our
所拜的
Dragon
那一个
King
大石头，
pavilion of the
就
Seattle
是
Lechang
从西
Temple,
雅图雷藏寺的土里面挖出
the
来，
big rock was taken from the ground of the
就
Seattle
是
Temple.
这地下的大石头。
Underneath this ground here,
这个连寺连主都知道，是从这个
Master Lian Si and
开
Lian Chu
发的
knew
时候挖土，
when we
建
developed
西雅图雷
this
藏寺的
temple,
时候，从
when
这
we
里
leveled the
面找
ground
出来的一
to
块
build
很
this
大的石
temple,
头，
we
是摆在
found that
龙
huge
王殿
rock,
里面当龙王石，
and then we placed it as
那
the
里面
Dragon
就有
King
龙宫，
rock in
看不
that
出来吧？
Dragon King hall,
那只是一
and
块石头
inside
啊，
it there's a Dragon
哪是
King
龙宫？
palace.
那是你们
You
心
didn't
不
know,
清净，
right? It just
看到的就
seems to
是
be a
石头。
rock. How can there be a dragon palace?
你
That's
心清
you
净的，
cannot
你去
see
看，
it because your
那
mind
是
is
一个龙
impure.
宫呢。
But if your mind is pure
那
and you
块石
take a
头是一个
look,
龙宫呢，
that rock is a dragon palace.
龙宫非常的漂亮的，
And the dragon palace is extremely beautiful,
像黄金宝殿一样的，
just like the
住了
golden
好多条
palaces.
龙在里面呢。
And there are many
很多龙
dragons
神在里
living
面。
there, dragon gods.
那一块石头你不要小看，
So don't
真的。
undermine that rock.
那四大妈，加州四大妈，
The Californian four
我说
great
你们
ladies
四个人去求，
paid homage to them. I told them
那个龙
to
王就会跟你，
pray
就会
to the
下来，
Dragon King,
加州就会
and
下
the
来。
Dragon King will follow you back to California, and there would be rain in
现在
California.
加州啊，淹
But
大水，
now there's flood there in California.
不只是下雨啊，还淹大水啊！所有我们这里
So
的
not
龙
just
王
rain, but also
率着
flood.
的龙子龙
So
孙
the
全部去加州
Dragon
下雨啊，
King
下得他
and
们
followed by the
这个加
dragon
州
children
淹
and
大水啊。
grandchildren followed them to California and
真的。
reigned there and until there's
我们
flood.
这麻州龙王
So the
非常有
Mazo
灵
Dragon
验，
King is very responsive.
哪里干旱，他们都来求，
So when you have a
看到
drought
四大妈，
somewhere, they would come and
他
pray.
都会说好，一定。
And
你看
when
他们回
they
去就有
saw the four great
每一
ladies,
次求，每一次
they
有感动，
agreed. Every time they prayed, they
真的
received
是龙王
responses.
龙王庭啊。
That's the Dragon King Palace or Pavilion.
如果人的心呐、清净，
When
见到
a
娑婆
person's
世界
mind
的
is
功德
pure,
庄严啊。
they will see
当
the
释迦牟尼
Saha to
佛
be
现此
magnificent
国土严净庄严清净
and meritorious.
宝鸡
When the Buddha
Bhāvji
manifested the magnificent and pure
的
Buddhaverse,
无
the
500
accumulated
者
treasure Bodhisattva
戒得无
and the
生法，
500 elders attained the unborn endurance.
都得到无生法忍。
They all
什么叫无
attain
生法忍呢？
the unborn endurance.
就是
What is the
他
unborn
已经知
endurance?
道了这个娑
It
婆
means
世
that
界
they
是一个
know
幻境，
that the Saha world is an
只是一个幻
illusory
境而已。
realm, just an illusory
一
realm.
下子把烦恼统统都尽除。
And they immediately eradicated all afflictions. Because it is illusory, there is nothing to
发
gain.
风也吹不动，
And they are unmoved by the 8 winds.
这是一个不动地。
So that's the immovable ground,
就是叫做
the
不动地。
8th bodhisattva
他
ground.
心已经不动，
Their heart mind is
也无
unmoved,
所求了。
and they have
烦恼
nothing
无
to
所
ask, and the afflictions are
他知
eradicated
道
because
娑
they
婆
know
世界只是一个幻
that the
境。
Saha world is just an illusion.
为什么？
Why?
身体不是你的啊，
Because your body is not yours.
身体是幻的，
The body is illusory,
房子也不是你的啊，
and your house is not
房
yours.
子会老会旧啊，
The house will get old and deteriorate, and your
所
cars
有东
also
西都
not
不是
yours.
你的，当你
They
也
will
不
break
存在了，
down. Nothing
没有一
belongs
样
to
东西是
you,
你的。
and they are non-existent. Not the
人家
one
讲你
thing
一句话，
belongs to you.
你就升起烦恼心，
And people say a few words and you're upset and afflicted. No need.
那
There
也
is
是
no need.
马耳东风，
Just in one ear and out the
没有
other.
这回事。
And it'll pass very fast.
所以这个叫八
No
风吹
such
不动，
thing. That's called
什么
unmoved
都
by
不
the
能
8
动了你的
winds.
心。
Nothing can affect your heart
无
mind.
生华人，我把它解释成为这个样子。
So that's how I explain the unborn endurance. But actually, there's a more
就是
profound meaning
500
to it.
长者子，
So the 500 elders
像这个宝积菩萨跟500
and
长者
the accumulated treasure
子看到
bodhisattva,
这种现象，
upon
就知
seeing
道娑
this
婆世界
phenomena, know that the Saha world
84000
is
人
illusory.
借发
And the 84,000 people generated the mind of Anuttarak Samyak Sambodhi. They generated bodhicitta. 84,000 people means many people.
菩提心
They all generated
就是
bodhicitta,
这个
the mind
所谓的道心，
for
都发
enlightenment,
起向道的心。
the
佛
mind
摄神
to
足，
strive for enlightenment.
释迦牟尼佛把他的神足
Then the
收回
Buddha retracted his divine
于
foot,
是世界还复如故。娑婆世界
and
还
the
是
world
娑婆世界
reverted to its
本
original
来
look.
显现的
The Saha world, still the Saha
一
world.
切庄
At
严，通通
first,
都不见了。
it appeared as the Pure Land and magnificent, and all
求声
disappeared.
闻圣的32000天
And
及
at that
人
time,
知道，所有一
the
切有为
32,000,
都是无常的。
the 32,000 heavenly and human
什么是有为
solitary
法？
hearers understood that everything
有所
conditioned
作
is
为，你
impermanent.
心里想要
What is
怎么样，
conditioned
然后
dharma
去做的，这个都是有为
is
法。
what you do with intent.
所有的有为
That's
法
called conditioned dharma.
全部
So all the conditioned dharma is
人生
impermanent.
无常，房子无
Human
常，
life is impermanent, the
屋子无
houses are
常，汽
impermanent,
车无常，
the
你不知道
cars are
什么时候它会
impermanent.
坏，
You don't know
车子开
when they
开，
will break down.
突
You
然间
drive
它
it
不走了，
and all of a sudden it
这是
stops.
无常。
That's impermanence.
车子坏了，停在路边就可以。
When the car breaks down, you can stop by the side of the road. But if a
飞机会不
plane
坏啊，
breaks down, that would be bad.
但是飞机也是无常。
But even the planes
事实上，
are
连
impermanent.
国土都无常。
Actually,
你看那
even
个
the Buddha land, the
俄乌战争
countries are also impermanent. The countries
俄
are
乌战争
impermanent. Look at the war between
国土
Russia and
无常啊。
Ukraine.
这个本来是你的国
The
土啊，突然
countries
间就
are
没有了。
impermanent. Used to
连
be your
国土都无
country
常，
and then it's gone. So even
你以为房子
countries
是有啊？一个炸弹来，你
are
房子就没有了。
impermanent. And you think the house is there, with
你身体
one
好好
bomb
的，
it's gone. And you
出一点
think
意
your
外你
body
就
is
没有
fine.
了。
And with one accident, you're gone. Everything is impermanent. So after seeing all this, they renounce the dusty world and attain the pure Dharma eyes. Immediately, they have the Dharma eyes. What are Dharma eyes? They refer to a kind of wisdom, the wisdom of discernment. The 8,000 bhikkhus became unaffected by anything and gained complete understanding. So complete outflow. So if you have leakage, that means you have affliction. And if you leak all of your afflictions, that means you have a complete leakage. So they completely eradicated all afflictions. Because they know that the bodies are illusories, the houses, the cars are all illusories, and the gold, silver, precious jewels are all illusory. All the humans and events are all illusory. Your wives, children, they're all illusory. And your career, your work today, and all of a sudden tomorrow you receive a notice, you go your way. And just go wherever you have to go because you're fired. All impermanence. Is there anything that's not impermanent in this world? You think the pastor said, "Do you love this bride?" Yes. And he asked the bride, "Do you love this groom?" Yes. Okay, now you're pronounced married. Love for how long? Anyone can guarantee? That's impermanence. Right? Yes. So since you know everything is impermanent, what are you afflicted about? It's just a matter of sooner or later. That's why the Heart Sutra stated very clearly. Because it is unattainable, thus Bodhisattva. Because there is nothing that you can get in the Saha world. Even the body is impermanent. You get up in the morning and all of a sudden you cannot get out of bed. The impermanence is here. All of a sudden you get a stroke. Or you have a diarrhea. That's impermanence. Recently I've been having diarrhea a lot. That's also impermanence. I've taken everything. Apple water and Baojiwan is like a Chinese herb. Finished that. Imodium, the American medicine, and it cured it. But if I stopped taking the medicine, it came back. That's impermanence because it never happened to me before. Because the doctor changed my medicine. So that's impermanence. So why did he change? He had his reasons, but he changed my medicine. And ever since, my body is going through changes, impermanence. So I asked him, "Oh, please change my medicine back." But the doctor kept changing it until I'm cured, and I've changed 3 times and I'm still not cured. That's impermanence too. So I'm very happy because
你以为身体
impermanence
永远都很
is
强壮啊，
it's what it's supposed to be. You think you're always strong and
一觉醒
healthy.
过来，哎，嗓子有点哑，
One
最
morning
近嗓子好像有
you
点
got up and then you
嗓
have
子有点哑，
coarse voice or throat.
啊，本来就会这
That's
样的啦，
impermanence too.
烦恼
It's
干什么？
how it's supposed to
谁
be.
拿去了？
Why am I
好，
so afflicted by
这
this?
个
Let it be.
这一章讲完了，
So I finished chapter 1.
因为无常，
Because of
8000比丘
impermanence,
知道无常，
the 8,000
所
bhikkhus
有烦恼
understood impermanence, and all the
都不
afflictions
用烦恼，
are leaked
因
out
为我们
completely.
大家都一
Let
样
me。tell you, no need to be afflicted because we are all in the same boat.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Om Mani Padme Hum.